What's up, everybody? It is Friday. Weekend is almost here. The last trading day of the week. Got a whole lot to look at. It's been a long time since I only have 7 charts here, and it has been a long time since I have had too many stocks that I have to decide which ones I want to put up here. So first, I want to go over the goals for today. It is my judgment to use trailing stops. Wait for the first pullback, and then use. I know my best trades have no drawdowns. So the ones that have no drawdowns, I want to give the chance to work. So I want to wait for that first pullback, and then after the pullback happens, then I want to put in the trailing stops. I want to be able to give it the chance to work, so I don't want to just immediately get stopped out of a trade just because I didn't give it enough time. Dump my bad trades. I know that my best ones work immediately. Pay attention to which sector leader should have a strong or weak daily. Consistency means taking partials at your target profit and letting the rest ride. When you get good at that, then that's when you can scale up and start being more aggressive. Pay attention to the time and sales big size. Protect my capital at all times. Make sure I'm always drawing the daily lines. Be prepared. What industries are performing the best? And I know what I want to see. Take the best and leave the rest. So the tech sector is flat, financials and utilities are up pretty big, and consumers, discretionary, and the industrials and the energy and the basic materials are down. So with all that in mind, the first stock that I'm looking at here, the main player today, is Yelp. You can see on the daily here that it looks like we are getting ready to fill this gap right now. They had really good earnings. And I mean, you can see this huge gap, and we're just breaking out above it. So what I'm hoping to see is all these shorts start coming out here, and we start to see this thing up above 40. So this is definitely the big player today. So we'll see what happens with that one. I got UTHR, another good earnings, and a rumor of a possible buyout. So people are hopping in here, kind of breaking above this trend line. Got a little bit of consolidation up here at the top, and it looks like it's kind of pulling off right now. So I might be looking for this one for a gap trade, look for a pullback, and then take it higher. Second one is GoPro here. Kind of consolidating near the pre-market highs again. GoPro actually had a pretty good earnings. Kind of breaking out of this little range here. Once it hits 10, if it hits 10, that's obviously always a big deal. I'm definitely not going to call this a gap, but there's no real resistance in the way for this thing to move higher. It's just a matter of who wants to buy in. You can see yesterday there was about 5 million shares traded, and it was a pretty, well, I guess, because it's such a low price stock, it's a fairly decent sized percent move. But we're really breaking out now. I have a Nets. The only reason I put this one on my list is because it's at its 52-week high, but you can see the pre-market volume is not even close to 100,000, but it looks really good for a breakout here too. So I'm not going to trade it, but I am going to pay attention to it just to see what happens, because that's something that I've never really played with, is playing with stocks that have low pre-market volume for a breakout higher. But I definitely like that it's got it close to its 52-week high, so we'll see what happens. I was watching Weight Watchers, but then this just happened. I don't know what that's all about. Another good earnings beat, raised their guidance. Another possible short squeeze. You can see all these shorts coming in here, really gaining ground there, and then the big pop up here, possibly breaking out into the 40s maybe. It's been, what's that, almost 2 years since it's been around this area. But I mean, with the big sell-off that we're seeing right now, I don't really know. Yeah, we're at the pre-market low now, so I don't really know what I want to do with that one anymore. And then on the other side, oh yeah, the SPY is up. SPY's up half point right now, and it was at one point. It was up almost 3/4 of a point. So definitely going to be a green day today. I know we had good payrolls, non-farm payrolls and private payrolls. So Tiva again falling off, got downgraded a bunch. Just now finally breaking out of these couple of trend lines here. Definitely would be a good short, but because the market is green, I kind of want to leave it alone. And then we got EFII. Um, didn't write anything down for it. Ah, yes, they postponed their earnings release, and I guess the entire market absolutely hates that because the stock is almost down 50%, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, just looking at this thing, this huge candle, hasn't been this low in almost 3 years. So I don't know what's going to happen with this one. I could see a big bounce, but I mean, it is selling off pretty hard right now into the open. So I would imagine it would continue lower. We'll just have to see what happens with that one. But still watching Yelp. It's kind of selling off now. It's pretty disappointing. I wanted to take it over the pre-market high, but it's obviously not setting up for that anymore. So it's kind of unfortunate. GoPro looks like it's selling off too. So surprisingly, the only thing that looks good right now is this net here. So we got 1, 6, 7. I could take 50 shares over the high, but again, it's the volume. Volume is coming into it. Let's see where we're at. It's about 70. It's about 70,000 right now. So I mean, it's getting pretty close here. And we got another minute till the open. So I mean, it's getting close enough to that 100,000 mark. Let's see. GoPro, Weight Watchers, Tiva. See that technology. HPQ is the industry leader, which is doing pretty well. It's also not up at the moment, so I'll be paying attention to this stock then. Alright, we got just a couple minutes here. Seconds even. 50, 50, below 70. Let's see if we can take it over the high. I'll see what happens. Looks like we're getting ready to drop though. Oh, and I missed it. Turned my head for a second. Absolutely missed it. Wow. Yelp just exploded. That's a little too fast for me though. I probably would have missed that one anyway. Wow. And this one happened. Didn't even take it a minute. GoPro's getting ready here. It's a little too big of a risk reward for this kind of stock that has increments of 2 cents. So I don't think I want to be taking that. Wow. A net went up to 172. Look at the market's pulling back here. Tiva looks really good right now. GoPro's pulling off. Tiva's making its new low right now. EFII. That's a big mover. Short 50 market is moving down here. See if I'm quick enough. If it gives me a second here. Logitech. I shouldn't take it. Market's up right now. Weight Watchers came back. Viacom did something. I guess. The chat room that I'm watching says it looked great when they're 32. Huh. I don't see anything. I wouldn't have taken it. Annette actually pulled off pretty hard here. It's breaking under the VWAP now. See that crazy move up. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video and see how fast that happened. I don't even know if I could have hopped in that if I wanted to. It moved so quick. See, Weight Watchers is looking real good. Making a new high. Yep, looks interesting. See, it's got close to this 39 here. I think I'm going to take this trade over the 39 mark. I still want to see that gap fill, so if it gets to 39, I'm going to take it. There it is. A little bit of a late entry, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, 10 cents in late entry, so risking an extra $5 on it. We'll see what happens. I don't want it to go below 38. Got the view up for support. 9 EMA is on its way. SPY is dropping down.
NVDA.
I want to see it at 40 before I start taking any profits here. Should take about 30. Ah, yes. Google looks pretty good. Google's the industry leader here for Yelp.
TRVG.
SPY's pulling up. Google's moving up. Sector's moving up. Yelp should move up with it. I want to see the green.
NVDA.
Let's see, we're heading into this gap here. We got up until the high 40s to really start seeing some probable resistance. And that broke back up. Buyers looking good compared to the sellers. Should be a pretty solid trade here. If it breaks over 40, I'll look to take my partial on any pullback. Wow, Tiva's getting destroyed right now. SPY's really pulling up. GoPro broke out. Might see a little bit of a first pullback here. Definitely don't want to see it under the VWAP. This is one of those trades I haven't had a drawdown, but I also don't want to use a trailing stop. But it's also taken so long now that I don't want to let it run that much against me, so I will move my stop loss up. This is definitely not going to be a $60 loss. I'd say the VWAP's a pretty good spot here because we got the 9 EMA finally. So I could risk 25 on it. I've been up 25 at one point, more than that. See how it acts around the 49 if it gets there. It seems to be following Google fairly closely here. Would I add into this? Yeah, maybe. Depends on what Google's gonna do here, because Google's pulling back. Could add another 50 shares. There we go. So we're getting ready for 40 here. Oh, come on. Lots of sellers at 40. I'm sure we want to see over it though. Love that green candle. Come on. Oh, SPY is tearing up right now. Google sector's moving up. Looks real good right now. We just need a huge buyer to come in and take that guy out. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Would I add 100 shares right now? No, but I probably would add 50 shares. And I could... No, that wouldn't be a break-even trade.
NVDA.
SPY's at a new high. We get 30 more points, we got a new all-time high too. There you go, maybe making a move. Alright, things look really good right now. SPY's really getting up there. Just need some people to take out these big sellers up here. See what happens. Chipping away. Looks like it's coming. There's a break. Oh, come on. Keep pushing. Alright, any pullback into the less than 10 here. I took 30. I'd like to see this 20 get all the way up there to fill that gap. So now we got a ways to go here. Got another 50 cents. Making our way. This was one of those instances where I know I can raise my stop loss just because of the statistics. Even though that risk is down here in the 90s, I still know that on average it won't even run against me that much, especially with the setup that it was making. I would take that chance. Ooh, SPY's turning around pretty hard here. Anything in the under 40.
JAPL, WTW.
That doesn't look like it wants to yet. So we'll let it keep going.
CBL.
Ooh. About to take here. Yeah, I saw it clip. Okay, finishing up 47. There's another couple. Okay, I'm going to be done for the day. I'm going to do a quick recap on Yelp here. Obviously it was my big one to look at for the pre-market here, but it kind of started selling off. Decided not to take it right at the open, but it did make a very nice move here. I noticed it was kind of consolidating at the 39 level here. I definitely wanted to take it over. Started breaking above the VWAP and ended up taking 50 shares here with a whole dollar stop loss. Ended up making a pretty nice move here. Held through all this, ended up breaking above the 40 finally. Thought about adding. Conditions weren't exactly perfect that I wanted to add into it. Definitely should have added because it would have been a much bigger winner here, but it ended up being a $47 winner. Can't complain about it. So today really had a lot going on. The SPY's been all over the place lately. We were up about 70, almost 80 points at one point, and then we just went straight back to the close, popped back up another 60, 70 points, and then all of a sudden this thing came out of nowhere. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of news research and see if I can figure out what it was. But there was a few trades that I missed. I guess I missed ANET, that was it. Missed ANET here. I was looking at it at the open. Wanted to take it long here over the highs, but it happened so quickly that I just didn't get a chance to hop in on it. I mean, it would have been a huge winner. This is definitely I was 50 shares on $1, trying to get in at the 68. Went up. Here's 50. Here's 100. Here's 150. Here's 200 bucks. I mean, that could have been a $200 winner there, with as quick as that move too. I mean, depending on how much of a pullback and whatnot there is all up in there, I mean, that would have been a huge winner to start the day off, but just a little too quick. Guess I wasn't ready for it. I think I took my eyes off of it for a second because I was checking out other stocks, and then it just shot straight up there. Was looking at Wing here. I'm still kind of paying attention to it here. Was looking very nice up in here, but there's a very large hidden seller up at that 99 level, and I'm wondering if Wing gets back up there again, if he'll still be there. Just don't know, but didn't want to take it because he's there. I mean, if he wasn't there, I would take this setup, any time, any day, but just because of him, it's probably best if I stay away. Plus, with the market doing what it was doing, I mean, it was just moving straight down at the time. Definitely wasn't helping it out. No reversals really going on right now. But there were a ton of a whole number of breakouts going on today. Just none of them were perfect enough, I guess. I think there was AL I was looking at here for above 42. Just ended up not being at the computer. I walked away at the time. Would have been a nice winner. The daily, yeah, it's at its 52-week high too. Probably should have hopped in on this one, but I think this was the same case here. There was another hidden seller or something. Can't quite remember. But finishing up 47, I actually haven't done my weekly stuff. So I'm gonna have to turn this off and I'll flip it back on whenever I get that filled in. Okay, I'm back and I checked out some stuff. Okay, so finishing the week down $43, which is pretty good considering the very first day that I started. I finished, down 120 almost. Slowly worked my way back, made sure that I took the best setups. I went back and I just watched this video on this day here. This DVAX trade was absolutely not a very clean setup, and it's really easy to go back and say, and now that you've lost the trade and everything, and say, yeah, I obviously shouldn't have taken that because it was a loser. But I was looking at this DVAX trade, and it definitely was not a really clean gap trade. Same with this this VLO here. I was looking at it. I always want to take trades that reverse on the 15-minute candle doji after the 3 big moves up or down, and this one actually had 2 15-minute candles, so they were both consolidating. So that's 30 minutes of consolidation, which absolutely is not clean or quick enough, and it's definitely not going to be fast enough for me. So if it consolidates like that, there's no real trade that I should be taking there. There's most likely not going to be a reversal, and it's just going to continue moving higher if it doesn't reverse when I think it's going to reverse, because I know what the clean setups look like. I know what the best setups look like. I know that my best trades work immediately in my favor. So whenever it's not a clean setup and it's not working in my favor whenever I think it should be, why am I waiting, almost the entire length of to my risk here? I mean, I let it go. I let it go, 2 cents from my risk. So I saved myself $6 when it should have been a lot more, when in fact I shouldn't have even taken the trade. Same with these two here. So I mean, that's $90 right there that I should have avoided. I could have been up on a week, $60-70, but just gotta make sure, it's always looking back, always making sure that I'm trying to take the best setups. So I mean, I ended up 3 for 7. Should have been more like 3 for 5, but just the way it goes. I had 3 winning days. I mean, past what, 4 days here, I didn't trade. What was it, Wednesday, I guess? Didn't trade Wednesday. I mean, these weren't bad trades. This ABC was decent, I guess. I remember looking back at it and saying something like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have taken it, but I don't remember the reason. So you can see my notes again. I'm starting to take here. Not a horrible week, but take the best, leave the rest. Sometimes you just don't win. Data was a nice flag. Take the best, leave the rest. Same, don't be lazy. Don't fight the market. Market's choppy. There's no direction. The market certainly isn't helping you. So the weekly goals were to try and be aggressive. Didn't really have any situations where I could have been as aggressive as I wanted to. Definitely experimented with moving my stop loss up, playing with the trailing stops. I definitely like the idea, so I'll keep going with that again. But down 43 on the week, definitely not horrible. First week in August, all it takes is one trade to turn it green again. So I'll be back again on Monday, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.